You are watching programs from the stable of Smart Cut Entertainment Productions.
I want to talk. Can we give him a clap, please?
Thank you. Thank you. This evening, we welcome everybody here for making time, leaving all you have to do to come tonight for a special purpose. This is a unique occasion that has not happened before in the city of Houston. And we are glad it's happening now. We are here, as you know, to join the Apga group to inaugurate a party that is existing already in Nigeria. And now they are bringing it to Diaspora. What a remarkable thing. And we are blessed that out of the cities in the U.S., that Houston is the chosen one. Yes. We will witness the inauguration and we'll see our entourage, the distinguished ladies and gentlemen that are delegates from Nigeria and are delegates from different parts of the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is prepared. We have food, we have drinks, and we have to spend the night and marry and join the Apga group to celebrate tonight. And to continue formally with the events, we will need some delegates in the high table and some distinguished personalities that are also invited. But with that, I will beckon on Apga members by reciting or calling them or pronouncing the way we know how. Apga! Apga! Oyaye na 1 year. Yes, I'm a novice, but I will learn. This is Apga Day in Houston. So, ladies and gentlemen, just enjoy the occasion. Bear with us. We may not get everything right. I hope you know where to go when you need to ease yourself. Without wasting much of your time, I will call the chairman, the national chairman of Apga. If he's in the house, he will come and take a seat at the high table. The national chairman, Chief Dr. Ike Oye. Also, is he here? Okay. Then if he's not here, the deputy will take over. The deputy national chairman, Engineer Uchenna Okegwo Okogwo. Honorable Chairman, he is the chairman of Inauguration. For all the Apga, just give me a good round of applause. Let's shake it. He's the one that's going to make tonight happen. Whatever we have here, the reason for our being here, he has to proclaim and make it happen. MC, thank you for being here, and thank you for your cooperation. Down the list, I have the national women leader, Lolo, Mrs. Ada Oji. Is she in the house? Okay, we'll reserve a seat for her. Next, DJ. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, following the chairman, we have another distinguished personality here from Houston that also has gathered a big taproot in Nigeria. He is a man to reckon with. We have Duke Dennis Agubuom. Yeah. He's here, right? Where's my Duke? Yes. Thank you. That is good. Okay, we have in the house a representative from City of Houston. We have a table for her, Mrs. Sandra Scratch. Is she here? A good hand. Yes. Welcome. Thank you. Next on the list is Honorable Victor Okoye, the Anambra West Majority Leader. House of Assembly, please, are you here? Anambra State. Apga. Yes, we are novice. You're going to teach us that, please. Yeah. Can you have your seat at the high table? Following him, we have on the list, we have Honorable High Table. And start testing the governorship, please. Is he here? I understand that the wife is here. Please, can you join me? Next on the list, we have Dr. Charles Onyerimba, the senatorial candidate for Kigwe. Is he here? Aspirant. Yes, he's on the way to Senate. It's all right, it's a big deal to aspire to political positions, and we need to start recognizing them immediately. These are our people. I also call another aspirant, Dr. Kendi Opara. Is he here? Dr. We know we're in Houston, and we have the leader, the chairman, Ontario chairman, and will be pronounced chairman tonight. Honorable Chief Anthony and then more, and his beautiful wife, Antonia, and then more. Please can you take the high table? We are here for you tonight. My chairman. Yes. You don't do that. It's your day. Thank you. They worked hard for this occasion. And it's not easy. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the table is set for what we gathered here for. We have a lot of distinguished personalities sitting in our midst. We will recognize them as we go along. However, our high table is already filled up, so everybody will not be there. So please, wherever you are, be comfortable. You will be served. Whatever you need, we have it in abundance. Tonight is the night. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Continues daily to raise funds, to help the helpless, to raise women, to train youths in Okigwe zone. Her energy is so much that when she comes into a forum, you must know that she's there. She is the public relations officer of all Nigerian lawyers in the United States and currently runs a non-profit organization that teaches, enhances, encourages. This woman raises money for people who were kicked out of their house in Abuja or in Lagos. Here in the United States, she is concerned and worried about the plight of our people at home. It is my honor to recognize and welcome another powerful leader who will come to transform Imo State and Okigwe zone in particular. My own sister, Ijeoma Victoria Ehieze. Biko attorney at law, Biko Nakonaka. They're going to C minus. C minus. I take out the minus. A D. And finally, I'm not going to come to the chairman first, but ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Nigeria, an activist, the one already in practice, a member of the State Assembly in Anambra State. Once again, welcome. Welcome to Houston. Welcome. In this city, Honorable Chairman, sir, this is where things happen. When Okigwe people wanted to organize and gather all Okigwe people in Nigeria as a whole, it was in this city they came. The Unity Summit of Okigwe people was in Houston. Whenever a major activity of Nigerians is to occur, Houston is the venue. The only thing they don't have is they don't have a consulate yet. But we're working on getting a consulate in Houston. Honorable Chairman, sir, it is my distinct honor at this moment to present to you these are members, friends and well-wishers of Apga United States. The hall may look empty, but this is a powerful group of leaders. What you have, a number of leaders, state by state, zone by zone, they have gathered to ensure and inaugurate formally this great party of ours in the United States. All the way from San Antonio, it is my honor to also recognize pharmacist Chibweze Obabuike from San Antonio. Chibweze, where are you, please? Where are you, sir? Please rise. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May we rise for opening prayers, please. My name is Charles Chibwike Onyerimba. I am from Ehime in Umwes in Mbano. I am running for the Senate, representing Imo North, Okigwe Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to opening prayers, it's my duty to recognize the man who will pilot the activities as the chairman of this event, Mr. and Mrs. Chief, and Lolo Anthony, and more, the man who wears the hat upon him, the shoulders, his broad shoulders. The level of tonight is going to be born. Chief, and the more, I want you. The war.
APGA! APGA! Apga!
We have the reverend here, the fully ordained reverend. Okay, if he's not, may we rise and pray. Almighty Father, we that as humble servants have gathered here in unity, in happiness, to celebrate you and to celebrate our party, we are asking that you be among us, that everything we do today will be to your greater glory. We ask you that all the aspirants that are here, that you give them the zeal, the power, the strength, and the resources to carry through their aspirations. All the entourage, the delegates from Nigeria, we put them into your hands. May their stay in Houston be joyful. And as they live here, may they return to their respective place in peace and in harmony, and meet their family without any problem. Lord, we thy humble servants, we are here to inaugurate Houston branch of our party, Apga. May you bless the party and foster it and give us all the resources tonight in your honor. With this and all the things that our members here have in their mind and are praying for, may you bless them, and we offer it to you through your son, Jesus Christ, who lives and reigneth one world, life without end. Amen. Thank you. Okay.
Nigeria or United States? Nigeria.
Okay. Let's do Nigeria first, and then follow with America. The DJ will lead us with the anthem, please. May you rise. American anthem. Thank you. That's Apga anthem,
One more time.
Brothers and sisters, set your heart for God. Brothers and sisters, let us join Apga. Good people for the good of our nation. One more time. Brothers and sisters, stand up for Apga. Brothers and sisters, set your heart for God. Brothers and sisters, let us join Apga. Good people for the good of our nation. We thank you all.
We got a lot to learn, you see? There's different style. All right, that's good. Thank you very much. See how our delegates led us in this song. Beautiful.
We are going to ceremonially bring the kola nuts. The proper tradition of the kola nut presentation will take place in a few minutes. But as the kola nut is being presented, it is important that we know that this is Houston, Texas. This is the oil city. This is the city where things happen. As the kola nut, we're waiting on the wife of the child to formally bring the kola nut to her husband, in keeping with the Igbo custom and tradition. The presentation of kola nut has its.
So what do we have today, and what are we doing today in Houston, and how do you see that regarding your position?
We are doing Apga inauguration of the Diaspora branch of Apga. That's what we're doing today for Texas. That's what we're doing, and we know that this party is a very good party, a party that we can rely on to get our people, and I will encourage diasporas to try their best to go out there and participate in the political process and not just sit back and let things happen. You know, we have to really proactively move and see what we can do for our people, and not just sit back to complain.
I wanted to ask you, what position are you seeking for under Apga in the 2019? Can we hear what you...
Well, my people are calling me to come and serve, and the position I'm aspiring to start with will be a Federal House of Representatives for Okigwe South. That's when given that opportunity, I will represent my people well. I will give them super representation where whatever that is that they have for them will come to them.
Okay. So what do we have today, and what is the significance of today in Apga history?
Today we are inaugurating Apga North America in Houston. It's first of its kind, and we are happy all the party officials came from Nigeria to grace the occasion.
Presentation of the kola. It is the duty of the wife to carry the traditional kola formally handed over to the husband. Presentation of kola.
Thank you.
APGA.
I am Muhammad Neba. APGA. Apga. Onyagara nwanne. Thank you. The reason I chose to do this is aging cola nut. And in our tradition, it is assumed that cola nut, when you have it, you don't speak English. But it's a protocol. I know we're in the midst of many people here tonight, but I have to do the right thing. Honorable Chairman, sir, with me tonight, from my wife and the entire members of Apga here in Houston and in Texas. We have cola nut. It is a custom that when somebody comes to your house, the first thing you do is to give the person cola nut. And we are doing that justice tonight. And I present to you the cola nut from Texas chapter of APGA. Mr. Chairman.
APGA. 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 What do you say? Kamara Noreva. Again, the Benjamin. APGA. That sounds like it. Apga. Ujagala one day. Ayoma neromoya. Anayepoyo. Ayoma neromoya. APG ayoma neromoya. Anayepoyo no. APG ayoma neromoya. Anayepoyo no. Ihe unu bịara ime taa. We had those that I met. We went to UK and inaugurated that chapter. And they are doing wonderfully well. I lived in Houston and left Houston 2011. Many states in the US have been approaching the national leadership of the party for inauguration of their chapter. We refused. Reasons are very clear. The executive governor of Anambra State lives in Houston. Deputy national chairman, also a historian. So starting from Houston is what we agreed, and this is what we are doing tonight. Permit me to receive this kola nut on behalf of our leader, the BOD chairman of our great party, Chief Dr. Willie Madam Obiano. Also, I'm receiving this kola nut on behalf of the national chairman of our great party, Chief Dr. Osopu Victor Ike Oye. I'm also receiving this kola nut on behalf of the National Working Committee of our great party. Receiving this kola nut also on behalf of the state chairman and all the state chapters of Apga in Nigeria. I will also receive this kola nut on behalf of the Apgas in Diaspora. The kola nut does not speak English. It is Igbo. And permit me, after receiving this kola nut, to bless it and then break it so that we can all eat and get nourishment from it. Kola nut for the party does not work too much. But what I'm saying is that we are not going to show it to anybody. because it is Apga kola nut. And all of us here are partakers of the kola nut. So I'm going to pick one, bless it, according to the Igbo tradition, and then we break it and eat it. That is the party procedure. I'm also the title chief. I have Ubune Chemba, Zak, Isi Nabia. Ubune Chitete Nokedi. Chineke nna jike niile, onye ihe niile dị n'aka, lee etu o si dị mma bụ mmekọta ụmụnne. All Progressive Grand Alliance bụ pati ụmụnne, pati eji mara ndị Igbo, pati Igbo ji aga mba, pati onye bata obi eruo ya. Anyị na-arịọ gị n'abalị a Chineke, etu anyị si zukọta na mba abalị a, ịnabata ụmụnne anyị ndị arụrụ pati ọrụ, ịnabata na ihiwe pati anyị bụ Apga n'obodo Texas na Houston. Ihe ọbụla anyị ime n'abalị ata jike niile, anyị na-arịọ gị ka ọ bụrụ ihe gị ịtụ ọkpụ, ka ọ bụrụ ihe gị iweta ọganihu, ka ọ bụrụ ihe gị iweta otuto na pati anyị bụ Apga. Ndị dum anyị na gị kpọpụtara n'abalị a Chineke, ka ha lewe pati anya n'ala Houston na ala Texas, ka ọ bụrụ ndị gị wepụta obi ha rụọ ọrụ, ka ọ bụrụ ndị aga Igbo ga-emegharị aha anya, maka na o nwere ihe na-eme na pati anyị bụ Apga. Ndị Igbo pụta bịa rịọ anyị arịrịọ, anyị mere ha ebere nye ha ọchịchị na Apga. Ha ga-eweta ọchịchị ndị Naijiria, ha gbara ha Apga gba ọsọ. Anyị na-arịọ Chineke, onye ọbụla ga ime anyị nke ahụ na 20 Nigeria, Holy Ghost fire! Holy Ghost fire! Onye ọbụla anyị ga-enye ọchịchị n'ala Houston na n'ala Texas.
The cocaine Atoji, as the kola nut is passed around, wait for the chairman, Honorable Chief Anthony Nemo's welcome speech. Welcome speech by the Honorable Chairman, Chief Anthony Nemo.
APGA. Apga. Onyayo na Wande. By way of introduction, my name is Chief Anthony Azukego Nemo. By the grace of God, this journey that we have today, first and foremost, I will say that I give our Heavenly Father thanks and honor for making it possible. My special thanks go to the Almighty God who has made today a success. We are today making history with the inauguration of Apga in the state of Texas. This journey started long ago with a few Apga faithfuls who had a firm belief that Apga belongs to us. Indeed, every indigenous Southeast, South-South extraction will echo it loud that Apga belongs to us all. The diaspora is not left out, since we believe that a better Eastern Nigeria must include the diaspora. Today, as we celebrate the inauguration of Apga in the state of Texas, we urge other states in the USA and the entire North America to follow. Our goal is to make Apga a formidable national party in Nigeria with strong contributions from the diaspora. I am sincerely grateful to Apga National Working Committee, under the able leadership of the National Chairman of our great party, Dr. Victor Oshendo Oye, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Willie Obiano, the Deputy National Chairman, Engineer Uchenna Okobo, the Mpuwa of Ozuakole. The National Secretary is Excellency Labram Maku. The distinguished Senator Dr. Victor Ume, the National Women Leader, Lola Mrs. Ada Odi, and other members of National Working Committee who, after due considerations, deemed it fit to inaugurate Apga in the state of Texas. The Deputy National Chairman, who is present today to inaugurate us, and I started this journey a long time ago, to be precise, in 2015. Dear Nancy, Deputy National Chairman, I will always remain grateful and loyal. Thank you for making our dream a reality today. Thank you. After Diaspora, Texas has come to stay. Today we are making history. We are all in all the amazing work the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano and Chief Mrs. Ebele Obiano are doing in Anambra State. This is the reason why we urge all the Igbo states and the South-South to vote Apga to better our political and economic well-being. To get here required a lot of resources. Therefore, my special gratitude goes to Duke of Nigeria. Duke, Ekenenge, Chief Dennis, and his amiable wife, Mrs. Ioma Anugom, who had a great impact on this event's success. And all members of our steering committee, including Chief Oster Ichere Okafor, Mr. Patrick Ekwawa, Mr. Meka Chudele, Engineer Chukwuma Mezo, Dr. Ijoma Ehieze, Sir Peter Nweke, Chief Joseph Ihononepu, and Chief Dr. Innocent Ehieze, whose relentless efforts achieved this inauguration today. A special thanks also goes to my beautiful wife, Mrs. Antonia Ndozen Mo. I love you. She has always encouraged me to pursue a good cause. We are optimistic that Apga will soon be a household name in Nigeria. Apga, Onyagana Wane, Nkani. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. May God bless you all. And we are moving on. And after I check to stay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. Indeed, this is a historic day for Apga in the United States, Apga at home, because Apga has come to stay. It has come to stay in the party of tomorrow. Honorable Chairman, sir, the land of the rising sun, as represented in the Apga logo, the rising sun, the creed that holds Apga is the most fundamental thing that sets us apart from other parties. Some parties are more concerned about economics, some are concerned about war, some are concerned about tribal issues, but Apga, the party, is concerned about individual. That is why the guiding creed of Apga is centered purely upon that same word Christ gave us in the Bible. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And that love thy neighbor as thyself is Onyagala Wanea, translated in Ibotic form, Onyagala Wanea, love your neighbor as yourself. That is the greatest law of all the laws in the Bible. When Christ gave that law, he made it the last of all laws. How coincidental it is that the framers of the framers of Apga saw it fit that loving your neighbor is the creed that guides this great party. And that is why it is the rising sun. Instead of using the logo of the rising sun, what did they use? They used the kokoroko. Because when it crows in the morning, indeed, it is the rising sun. The day is about to begin. And ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria is about to see a new crop of leaders emanate and rise from this great party that God has set apart from all other parties. Because their own motto is not in earthly things. Their motto is purely and solely on the individual. It is an honor indeed to be in this place. And we welcome as we go for goodwill message from our national chairman, as presented by none other. Honorable Chief Dr. Uchenna Okogwu, the man who wears the big hat in the whole nation building. You know, it is difficult to build. It is so easy to destroy. Under his watch, Chief Okogwu is building a party, building a great party out of nothing. When there was despair, when they thought Apga is a party, a regional party, when they thought Apga will not go anywhere, this gentleman quietly continues to build Apga, state by state, local government by local government. And today, as Apga has taken over Anambra State, Apga has fought to take over Imo State, Apga is prepared to take over Abia State, Apga is marching forward in Enugu State, Apga is working hard in Bayelsa State, and yes, Apga is working so hard in Akwa Ibom. All these areas, Apga. And in the next few months, Imo State will have Apga governors, Apga members of the House, Apga House of Representatives, Apga Senate. Imo State indeed is marching forward in fulfillment of Barrister Ezobi's mission to make Imo State the state, God's own chosen state. Mr. DJ, please.
State of Texas, USA inauguration held on 29 June 2018, titled Repositioning All Progressive Grand Alliance, Apga, as a formidable national party. Repositioning the All Progressive Grand Alliance, Apga, as a formidable national party. When a group of people go through the legal process of registration, gather and agree to put their support on specified candidates in election and run their affairs jointly, the party is formed. Political parties constitute a basic element of democratic institution apparatus. They form essential functions in the management of succession to power, as well as in the process of obtaining popular consent in the course of public policy and governance. They also amass sufficient support to portray the authority of government, or on the other hand, they attract or organize discontent and dissatisfaction sufficient to halt the government in power. More so, political parties are lineal descendants of two sorts of groups that are consistent in the annals of governance. Those that conspire to legally overthrow the government party in power by popular consent of majority vote, and those that rally around to defend and maintain the regime. Political parties perform functions essential to the operation of a democratic order. They seek to build majority coalition enough to control government. They advocate broad views of public policy, designate credible candidates, and once in power, they attempt to run the government in a manner to hold together the coalition that put them into office. They also have the function of mobilizing electoral support. Political parties also serve as a link between the electorate and candidates, between the people and government. As such, it may determine who gets power and the extent of authority. All these are geared towards the smooth running of a democratic government. Our current democratic government came into existence in May 1999, and since then till May 2015, the People's Democratic Party was holding power at the national level. But today, they are in the opposition because elections are like examinations or sporting competition. You can fail now, and with better preparation, dedication and discipline, hard work, you pass or win later. Apga is the only political party in Nigeria with a clean bill of record. A combination of factors led to the dethronement of PDP as a national party. But that is not the purpose of this paper. As we all know, APC is the marriage of strange bedfellows and therefore cannot survive the Nigerian political equation. Life is very dynamic. So the global nature of human existence today. The technological revolution of the internet, social media, and continuous voter education. The electorate cannot remain ignorant or win forever. The All Progressive Grand Alliance can systematically bring a positive revolution in our political terrain by practically educating the minds of the electorate through our party structure and machinery to the advantage of the party, including strengthening the structures in the diaspora. Far and above this, I suggest that we as a party must do something strategic, must do some strategic thinking and planning, making Apga a dominant party in the country. We must strategically, individually, and collectively answer these questions. Can we become a dominant party in the Nigerian political terrain? What must be done to achieve this? What will be the financial implications? What period of time is required to achieve this? Can anything be done to achieve it with less? Evaluate the strength of all Apga chapters in the 36 states of Nigeria, including FCT and the diaspora, to determine their strength vis-a-vis the most dominant party. The survey and analysis will be to determine whether Apga is, number one, the strongest and dominant party in your state. We are all from different states. What is the strength of Apga in your state? That will be answered by you. Is it equal in strength with the dominant party in your state? Is it above 50% of the strength of the dominant party in your state? Is it below 50% of the strength of the dominant party in your state? Is it below 25% of the strength of the dominant party in your state? Is it below 10% of the strength of the dominant party in your state? Then if it is, what can be done in your state to enhance the membership drive of Apga and to make it a dominant party, where it is not the strongest and dominant party? As I said, we are all from various states in Nigeria. This question must be answered by each and every one of us. You are from Imo State. How strong is this party in your state? I am from Apga. How strong is this party in Apga? I am from Enugu. How strong? So all this has to be determined by each and every one of us. I am particularly happy how the people in diaspora are now embracing political movements in Nigeria, especially in the southeast. We are particularly happy about that. Party presidential candidate. It can be rightly observed that this Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ikemba Gburugburu was the last presidential candidate of the party, and since then we have gone into general elections without presidential candidate. In my considered opinion, this could possibly have contributed to making Apga look like a regional party. Why we must have a presidential candidate? It could do the party some good if we consider having presidential candidates in future elections, because it will give the party a national outlook. It will strengthen the party in the Nigerian political terrain. It could give the party more spread and acceptability. It could give the party impetus and recognition. It could attract personalities with national status into the party. It may also enhance the financial strength of our party. If the party is to attract personalities of means into the party at the national level and all the states, some very fundamental things need to be done. And what are those things? Determine the things that must necessarily be done state by state and do the much that can be accommodated in this circumstance. Grow those personalities by giving them assurances of a level playing field for all aspirants in the elections. Strategically publicize the party both at the state and the national levels. Now, choosing a presidential candidate for the party. All things being equal, it is a known fact that it is the turn of the people from southern Nigeria to produce the president of Nigeria right now. The incumbent president, President Muhammadu Buhari, is from the north. It will be most appropriate to shop for people with national status to be the presidential candidate of our party from southeast. To make it easier for people to begin to consider joining Apga to run for presidency, we must do the best we can to build the party into national reckoning. This will take some articulated work and resources, but it is achievable. Discipline and decorum in the party. Today, if you look critically, you will observe that the party constitution looks small, but well articulated and strongly worded. It is possible for Apga members to actually know what is expected of them as it concerns their conduct in relation to the party. Yes, it is possible, especially if copies of the Constitution are made available to wards, local government, state, and national executive. In my considered opinion, the full detailed copies of the Constitution can be produced and sold to the state chapters at the exact cost that was used to produce them, or with a little markup. This will enable all the party officers in the state, local government, and ward level to have it. Then, other party members who also want to have their own copies can also purchase, hence making it a source of revenue for the party. The availability of the Constitution will no doubt help stand internal crisis within the party and make party members more faithful, because I believe the detailed Constitution will contain and consequences of not complying. Can Apga agenda expand and grow? No doubt, Apga can grow and expand. ACN was having only one state, Lagos, after 2013 general elections, with Ahmed Tinubu as governor. But between the period of 2015 general election, he made ACN a formidable party in the southwest and formed a coalition that is part of the national party and government today. Thank God, our working, experienced, and 2021 governor of Anambra State, our national leader, and the BOT chairman of our great party, Chief Dr. Willie Madabrochukwu Obiano, Apoko has already taken a position of repositioning Apga in an enviable height. Little wonder the surge of seasoned politicians joining our party today under the national leadership of our pragmatic national chairman, Chief Dr. Victor Ike Oye, also Wanile, and his ever-supportive National Working Committee members. It is also worth of note that Apga now has 2 senators in the Nigerian Upper Legislative Chamber. That is Senator Victor Ume Ohamadike Ndibu, Akajiofo Ndibu, and Senator Stella Udua, former aviation minister and a seasoned politician. Those of you that know Senator Stella Udua knows that you cannot talk about Nigerian politics without mentioning her name. A few weeks ago, he came and declared his membership in Apga. Right now, we have Victor Ume representing Anambra Central, and we have Stella representing Anambra North. Anambra South is also ready for grab. I would also want to mention that we have the likes of Capital Oil and Ifeanyi Oba. We have the likes of what's his name? Okay, this other guy. Ikukoma, very good. And then we have the likes of the wife of our Ikemba Buguru, Bianca, also going for that position. Wow. So you can see that come 2019, the whole senators in Anambra State, Senate seat in Anambra State will go to Apga. All this notwithstanding, with proper planning, hard work, and determination, Apga can align with God to carve a niche for itself in the political terrain. As an individual and party faithful, we should be ready to undertake any assignment that may be given to us toward the realization of a strong, formidable, and egalitarian Apga. Capacity building for party executives. Also, I am proposing another retreat for our national, state, and local government and ward officers that will suit our unique challenges as a party. We have had one before, but it's never enough. We need to have more of such retreats. Some of the courses to be covered will be in the areas of leadership, communication, teamwork, political party management, campaign management, fundraising, media relationship and propaganda, the place of women and youth in political party management and electoral success. With this, the participants will be exposed to a lot of things that will help them function effectively and contribute meaningfully in building Apga. party anthem. We all know that before, we always sing our song, our party anthem in Igbo, even if we go for international events. But because of the spread of Apga in other parts of Nigeria, we have to formulate the English version of our party, which I sang here a few minutes ago. My brothers and sisters, stand up for Apga. My brothers and sisters, touch your heart for Apga. My brothers and sisters, let us join Apga. Good people, for the good of our nation. With time, you will all know it. So the national leadership of the party have formulated the English version of our national anthem. I would also want to say at this point that Apga is fast growing in Nigeria. We have a House of Representative member in Taraba. We have 3 House members from where Jonathan came from. That is Bayelsa. We have 4 House members from Zamfara. We have 3 House members from Adoki, yeah? So we are growing every day. Apga is not an Igbo party. It is clear, everybody understands that. Apga is a national party, and a lot of people are interested in joining Apga to run for elective positions. Remember again that in Abia State, we won that election in 2015, but we are denied that position by the corrupt judiciary we had in Nigeria. But that is not going to happen again in 2015. 2019. Also in that same Abia State, we won 13 House of Assembly members. 13 House of Assembly members. A history that has never, because Abia State is a PDP state. When we came in 2015, we won 13 members of the House. So for those of you that are vying for positions under Apga, be rest assured that if you get the nomination of the party as a candidate, you are already winning your election. As I have said before, make sure that you go back to your ward, your local government, and your state. Tell them why you think you are competent to represent them. As soon as you win that primary, we assure you that you are going to be elected. Good candidate, campaign work and leadership. The National Working Committee of our party, under the leadership of Dr. Victor Ikeoye, is committed to doing everything legally possible to see to the emergence of visionary, credible, and passionate candidates who are focused with a good understanding of the dynamics of the office they are running for. This is very important. When we are going to do the primaries, it is important to note that the National Working Committee, various committees will be set up. The first committee, the first thing to do is to prepare the guideline for the election. The second thing to do is to form the various committees. The screening committee, the appeal panel committee, and the primaries committee. These committees are going to be formed by the national leadership of the party. And then they are going to come to the state to organize the primaries and see to it that visionary, credible candidates emerge for the party. 2019, we are going to present our first 11. We are not going to do trial and error. So if you are an aspirant and you want to go there to try, I'm sorry, we are not going to give you our ticket. You must convince us that you are going to win this election. Because the Southeast, especially in Imo, Apga, and Anambra, are very ready to enthrone Apga government. So if you are here, because it is clear that some people, when in election seasons like this, they will come out and waiting for settlement. You see them going from one house of their fellow aspirants to the other, asking to be settled so that I can step down for you. I'm sorry, if you have that kind of mind and vision, you are not going to pass the screening. But the screening is going to be thorough and very accommodative to whatever concerns Apga. And we're also going to make sure that those people that will fly the flags of Apga and that will win the election will remain to build the party. Remember that Rocha, it happened before me. When Ikemba was alive, Rochas came from nowhere with his sweet tongue, sweet nothing. He came in and convinced us that he is an Igbo man, that he's winning this election for Apga. Ikemba looked at his face and said, this man, you are telling us a lie, you cannot stand. You cannot help us achieve what we want to achieve. The former national chairman, Victor Ume, and all of us, we are begging. Because if you hear him speak, you will drop your cup of water for him to take. He got the ticket. He won the election. After 1 year of proper performance in Imo State, he came out on the street with a cock and said he's going to kill the cock in the government house. The next day he came out and said he had already killed it. So no more Apga. Well, there's nothing we can do. We allowed him with his faith. But what is happening to him today should be an aftermath of his visit to Ndigo. Because if Rochas had remained in Apga, Imo and Enugu State would have been a walkover. So he took us back to Egypt. But it's not bad. We are ready. We are competent. With the support of the masses, we are winning elections 2019. Capacity building. In every profession on the planet Earth, to qualify to practice, you are trained. And when you are not trained, you are called a quack. To be a teacher, a lawyer, a soldier, pilot, medical doctor, pharmacist, architect, engineer, cook, driver, name it, you are trained. But unfortunately, in our political environment, politicians are hardly trained in the act of science, of politicking. So how can they function effectively without rancor? You come to Nigeria, a trader that has money will come out and throw the money everywhere. Everybody will go and vote for him. When he gets into the Senate, he will just be sleeping. When people are legislating, making laws, he is somewhere sleeping. Because he has nothing to contribute. Because he's not trained. Because he doesn't know what he has got to do. So the party, we are saying that there is need for capacity building. And again, one of the things that will inform what we are going to do in the screening is to look at your capacity. Capacity is not your money. Who are you? Where are you coming from? Do you have the necessary qualification to know what you are going to do? If you are not able to answer this, my brother, don't go back to where, go back to America and stay there. How can they undertake their professional responsibility and function optimally? It will be a mirage without proper periodic training for effective and efficiency. The capacity building for party executives in the local government, national and state levels should be done periodically. And this will include leadership, polling booth management, setting up a campaign organization, INEC and the law, electioneering campaign, media management, fundraising, agent management, party primaries, and grassroots management in the Nigerian political terrain. Some of you that are going to contest this election from here, you have to go back home and understand, especially the booth management. The polling booth management is very important that you go and understand it, because that is where some of you will be shortchanged. In trying to know the booth management, your agent should be able to know how to record the INEC documents, how to know the number that is going to each ward, how to know the number that goes to each local government. Remember, in Nigeria, elections are rigged through the documentation from the INEC. If your agents do not understand how to manage the movement of the materials to the wards, they will release 4 booklets and they will bring 2 in your ward. Because you do not know, they will use the remaining 2 to vote and shortchange you. It is important when you as an aspirant goes home, you ask questions so that you will know how to pursue your document from the INEC office to all the wards. Then the party executives at the local at the local government and ward levels will work together and transmit whatever is necessary from their training to party festivals in the world, who will also work on the masses in their individual capacities. Political aspirants. Sometimes before party primaries, it is imperative that individuals running for elective positions are trained. Some of you should be trained. SOB will officiate the inauguration, and we go from there.
Before the inauguration, the city of Houston has to make presentation because they are behind time. Please, and we move fast and get this done.
Greetings to everyone, and on behalf of the City of Houston, my boss, Council Member Michael Kubash, who is an at-large council member for the City of Houston. I'm his Chief of Staff, Sandra Strawn, and we are Houston proud. Before I give this presentation to a very special friend who has worked very closely with our office, I'd like to introduce my party who is here today. The best, where's Ron? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'd like to introduce to you all my political consultant, Mr. Ron Jackson, one of the best political consultants in the City of Houston, who has been known to get people elected. And he's consistently working throughout the City of Houston, working with judges and mayors and county commissioners, et cetera, and I'd like to introduce you all to Ron Jackson. He's here with me this afternoon. Also, he is with his very special friend, Ms. Tammy Frazier, who is over at the table. My dear good friend, Mrs. Zelda Dashell is here. Also had another person here who's the CEO and president of the Tri-County Chamber of Commerce, Blight Chamber of Commerce, but she had to leave because she has an event tomorrow. I also like to bring up my dear good friend, Ms. Juliet Jones. Will you join me, please? If it wasn't for Mrs. Jones, I wouldn't be standing here today. She is very passionate about the African, primarily the Nigerian community. She calls my office consistently asking for services to serve the community, may it be the senior citizens, the youth in the community, and she just happened to introduce me to our dear good friend Ron Jackson and our good friend Mr. the Duke of Nigeria. Prior to this special recognition that we're going to present tonight, our office honored Dennis, the Duke of Nigeria, for his community service in the city of Houston and to the Nigerian community here in Houston, Texas. We are very proud of him, the things that he's doing for our youth in education. We're very proud of him for what he is doing in healthcare. And he also has other things and bigger things that he can offer to our community, Houston. And our office, Councilmember Michael Kubash, will continue to work with Mr. Dennis, the Duke of Nigeria, to support his efforts and his ventures in the future. So on behalf of our office and Councilmember Kubash, because we have already given him a certified recognition with the city seal on it, Dennis, on behalf of our office, we had the honor of taking some very, very nice photos of Mr. Dennis, the Duke of Nigeria. We present this special thanks to you, and we wish you the very best in all your endeavors. Please feel free to call us. Mrs. Jones is in touch with our office. Dennis is in touch with our office. We are very knowledgeable in the political public policy area, and anything we can do to support your country, please call on us. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you. City of Houston recognizing one of ours and also pledging to assist and make Nigeria a better place. Thank you very much. Give her a good round of applause, please. Yes, yes. And without wasting much of the time, it is time for the D-Day, for the right to inaugurate the Houston chapter, Texas chapter, and the Diaspora chapter. My chairman, now is your point.
So quickly, if you hear your name, because I understand we are running behind schedule. If you hear your name, you please come out here so that the inauguration will be done quickly and then other things follow. As I said, they are the acting state executives of Texas. When we got their letters in the national office, they wanted to make it the whole America. And we said no. Every state will be inaugurated when they are ready. But something is going to happen after this inauguration, and we're able to get maybe 6-7 states inaugurated. People from New Jersey are ready. They have been calling. But we are not delaying them. We are going to have the National Working Committee of America. That National Working Committee of America will now include members from all the states to run the affairs of the party in America. We're also going to have the members of the Board of Trustees in America. So many of us that are not going to be executives of the party at this time, please, we may approach you to be a member of the Board of Trustees or a member of the National Working Committee. So if you hear your name, you please come out so that we can quickly do this and do another thing. Chief Anthony Lemo is going to be inaugurated as the acting state chairman of Texas. Chief Osita Okafor, acting deputy chairman of the state of Texas. Dr. Victoria Ichoma Ehieze, acting secretary of the state of Texas. Chief Patrick Ikwam, acting financial secretary of the state of Texas. Engineer Chukuma and Izo, acting media and publicity, state of Texas. Emeka Chidube, acting treasurer. Attorney Akachi Ojimba, legal advisor. Acting state leader. Dr. Chinasa Madukane, acting organizing secretary. Chief Peter Nweke, acting deputy financial secretary. It is very important for us to note that we still have positions that are yet to be submitted. We are supposed to have 22 SOP, 22. We're going to be 22 state schools. But it's okay. As time goes on, more people will be added to the list. The position of the chairman and the national, state secretary is very important to us. The reason is that both of them, if we are going to entertain any letter from the state of Texas, both of them must sign it. If they are going to have an account, both of them must be signatories with the financial sector, with the treasurer. If we are going to have any function here, both of them must approve it. So that is why when I was looking for the person to take the position of the state secretary, Ado Okigwe quickly came to my mind. I didn't meet her in Nigeria, but we spoke extensively, and I saw a lot of knowledge and wisdom in my conversation with her. So we are going to inaugurate you this evening as the acting executives of our party. And we cannot do anything in the state of Texas. And nobody can do anything in the state of Texas without clearing from you people, the executive. And also, always communicate with the state national working committee before you take any major decision. The same thing applies to the state chapters. So whatever you want to do, communicate to us, and then we give you the approval. you are rest assured that you can always get our approval because we have a stake in this state. So I'm going to call on the chairman of Imo State, Barrister Peter Ezobi, to please administer the oath of office and oath of allegiance to them quickly. Where we don't have copies. They should have copies.
It's in the program.
Okay, open it and then so that you can repeat after him. And then where...
Apga, Apga, I'm called upon to perform this oath of allegiance and oath of office on the acting officers of the state of Texas, Apga, Chapel. Have you seen the page? Have you? Are you ready? The oath of allegiance and oath of office will remind you that you are bound to go according to the provision of the Constitution. That you have taken the oath does not mean you go outside the provision of the Constitution, because if you go outside the provision of the Constitution, you will be tried in accordance with the provision. So it's not a guarantee. I must have to make it known to you. It's not a guarantee. So, first of all, we have to take oath of allegiance. You see where they wrote I. If I say I, then you say your names. And we continue. Oath of allegiance. I do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Apga, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the party, and that of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so help me God. Then the second aspect, very important, is oath of office. I do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the All Progressives Grand Alliance, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the party, and law, and always in the interest of integrity, solidarity, advancement, well-being and prosperity of the party, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will strive to pursue
that I will strive to pursue,
enhance and implement the aims and objectives of the party,
enhance and implement the aims and objectives of the party,
as contained in its constitution and manifesto,
as contained in its constitution and manifesto,
that I will not allow my personal interest
that I will not allow my personal interest
to influence my official decisions,
to influence my official decisions,
that in all circumstances
that in all circumstances
I will do what is right
I will do what is right
to all the members and organs of the party,
to all the members and organs of the party,
and to all manner of people,
and to all manner of people,
according to law,
according to law,
without fear or favor,
without fear or favor,
affection or ill will,
affection or ill will,
that I will not directly
that I will not directly
or directly communicate
or directly communicate
or reveal to any person
or reveal to any person
any matter
which
shall be brought under consideration
shall be brought under consideration
or shall become known to me
or shall become known to me
as an officer of the party,
as an officer of the party,
except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties,
for the due discharge of my duties,
and that I will devote myself to the service and well-being of the people of Nigeria.
to the service and well-being of the people of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
So I will come down and have a handshake with each and every one of you and pronounce your positions right away. Chief Anthony, I today pronounce you as the acting chairman of All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state of Texas. Congratulations. Chief Osita Okafor, acting deputy chairman, I hereby pronounce you as the acting deputy chairman of All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state of Texas. Dr. Victoria Ichoma Eyezu, I hereby pronounce you as the acting general secretary of All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state of Texas. Congratulations. Chief Patrick Ekwabu, I hereby pronounce you as the acting financial secretary of All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state of Texas. Engineer Chukuma and also acting media and publicity secretary. I hereby pronounce you in the state of Texas. Chief Joseph Nihon small here. Mr. Emeka Chidube, I hereby pronounce you as the acting treasurer of All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state of Texas. Congratulations. Chief Duke Dennis Anubom, I hereby pronounce you as a leader, acting leader of All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state of Texas. Congratulations. Dr. Chinasa, Mr. Chinasa Madina, I hereby pronounce you as the acting organizing secretary of All Progressive Grand Alliance in the state of Texas. Congratulations. Chief Peter Weke, Acting Deputy Financial Secretary. I hereby pronounce you as the Acting Deputy Financial Secretary of All Progressive Grand Alliance, Apga, in the state of Texas. Congratulations.
Nice play. You can see now, they have sworn the oath, and now they will be held by it. We will all be monitors and make sure that they are in compliance. So this is not an easy task. I know next time we'll have this occasion, we probably will be having it in Igbo League, the biggest hall in Texas. So ladies and gentlemen, can we give them a good round of applause, please? Yes, you can see that Deputy Chairman held this to the last. He was observing to be sure they are qualified and strong enough to carry on the mantle. And they have exemplified it tonight. And we thank the Deputy Chairman, the National Deputy Chairman, representing the National Chairman, for a job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, he's now in Texas. To God be the glory. A special song for our special man, who is the major sponsor of the event tonight, our Duke of Nigeria, Duke of Africa, Sir Dennis.
You are watching programs from the stable of Smart Cut Entertainment Production.